Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is going to be the first video in a series of a rogue playthrough of Shattered Pixel Dungeon. As usual, we're going to be using the challenges Hostile Champions and Batter Bosses, so that'll be available. And yeah, let's go ahead and get started with this playthrough. So the, excuse me. The primary thing about the Rogue that makes it an interesting class to play is the Cloak of Shadows that it comes equipped with. And the Cloak of Shadows is an artifact that you start the game with that allows you to go invisible for a turn. So it's a very strong artifact because it gives you a sneak attack, and it also allows you to. And excuse me, I said it allows you to go invisible for a turn. It allows you to go invisible for 2 turns per charge of the of the cloak that you use. So you can use it to escape situations, or you can just use it to get the sneak attack damage. For now, I think it's best to just use it to get the sneak attack damage. Honestly, I probably, if I wasn't trying to demonstrate it, I would have not really used the cloak there, and I would have just tried to get the all of the kills around that piece of brush, but you know, I'm trying to show off the cloak on the rogue, the reason the rogue is unique. It's also worth noting that the cloak needs to level up like any other artifact, so you don't want to be completely minimizing your use of it, but it's that's most of the rogue gameplay, honestly, is figuring out the correct way to play around, like when to use your cloak charges, when to save them, etc. It is worth noticing that the rogue starts with a dagger, which, let me show the stats of it here. It only does 1 to 8 damage, so it's not bad, not great, but it is stronger with sneak attack kills. So every class wants to try to force as many sneak attacks as possible, and that's even more so with Rogue. So the thrown weapon, the dagger that Rogue gets, is also something that does more damage on a sneak attack. So you'll see me try to take advantage of that whenever possible as well. But that's at least initially what we're going to be trying to maximize. And if we end up playing Assassin, which I think is more likely, I think that there are. I think the Assassin can make use of more seeds, whereas the Freerunner, to me, I think I've really only found success with the Freerunner if I can manage to nab a Wand of Corrosion. So that build feels much more seed dependent to me. The only potion we've got so far is a levitation potion. I'm gonna go ahead and I think I'm actually going to go ahead and waste the food here. So because these are teleportation traps, the only thing I lose by stepping on them is all of the time and therefore hunger points spent running back. And because or turquoise is the only potion that dropped on this level, we still know it's levitation because of the trap room. So we're going to go new item type, turquoise, and if you were worried about food, or if you're low on food, then that's probably a bad idea. Honestly, on floor 1 here, that was probably a little bit greedy. Kind of ironic, I guess, that the reward for me wasting a ton of food was a piece of food, but you know. We got unspent talent points too. Per usual, we're going to go ahead and grab the damage talent, which just gives you a little bit of extra sneak attack damage on Rogue. The class very bluntly wants you to focus on getting sneak attacks, so that's slightly annoying that we've got a poison gas under the key, but I think we can use that to our advantage. So we'll go ahead and wake the rat. Oh, never mind. I was gonna kite the rat towards the poison gas trap and activate it when the rat got near, but if we kill the rat in 1 hit, then that doesn't matter too much. Okay, we can still do it to the knoll here. We'll throw a piece of food there, and then we'll fight the knoll in that threshold, and he took a little bit of damage from the poison there. I don't know if it actually mattered in killing him, but it did guarantee a kill if we got unlucky on our attacks after the initial sneak attack there, since we didn't one-shot him. Kind of neat that we got both keys right here. Let me go ahead and wake him up with a dagger, and then we'll... Oh, I pressed the wrong button. I was I meant to go into stealth and attack him, but apparently I just pressed attack. Okay, that's interesting. We got a frost wand, so that's a wand with high damage scaling. That's if we get another decent damage wand or some other things that push us towards free runner, we might actually do that build. But again, that one's still a bit more gear dependent, and I don't think we've quite reached the threshold of having a wand of corrosion. Let's see if this frost wand... It is cursed. That's unfortunate. We're gonna hold on to it anyway. The frost wand is pretty good. I want to take it off my hotbar so that I don't actually use it. We'll quick slot the shurikens. Why not? Excuse me. So I don't actually want to use it, but it's a good enough wand that I may spend a remove curse scroll on it. We don't want to completely use all of our charges on this level because I'd like to go into floor 3 with max charges on the cloak, but we'll use it for good purpose. It's going to be a little bit painful, but we should be able to use that piece of brush to kite this knoll. I think I have to hit him here or he'll lose me. And this isn't a sneak attack, but we're just making sure we don't lose... Oh, that might have been a sneak attack. Well, there we go. We actually didn't manage to take that much damage there, which is nice. We're not going to eat quite yet. We're about 80% hit points, which is higher than we need to be. One nice thing about Rogue, by the way, so you notice that this circle kiting around a piece of grass strategy is very effective, since I have the weapon that does increase sneak attack damage. Go ahead and get Protective Shadows. The defensive talent gives you some shielding when you're in stealth, and it can be pretty useful. Ooh, we just stepped on the healing crystal, so we're gonna sleep until we're full HP. Wish we would have noticed that. That should have been the last thing we did in the garden, but yeah, you win some, you lose some. What do we have to do? We have a key, and it kind of... Not really, because I can see the corner here, so this might be a wall. I'm trying to identify secret rooms by looking for patterns on the outer wall that indicate more space. That's one of the reasons chasm rooms are nice, is because they're somewhat easier to identify secret rooms in. I'm pretty sure this scroll is a scroll of upgrade, because I'm on floor 2, it's my only unidentified scroll, and I've searched every revealed area. So I'm just going to go ahead and name that... because the scroll of upgrade and the potion of strength are two items that the game it gives you a guaranteed amount per floor. So, which is unfortunate in a sense because that means it's not a remove curse. I'm trying to find a way to. I guess we could probably take this thing out with. Oh, it's got a dirk too, which is like the weapon you want out of this level. So we're gonna go ahead and I think this should be a strength potion as well, actually, because for the same reason, we're on level 2. We know that the turquoise is levitation because of the previous room, and yeah, so that is a strength potion. So it gives us access to all these thrown weapons, which gives us probably a better chance against this. I'm a little bit worried that I'm just not going to be able to do any damage ever, because the blocking enchantment is pretty significant on this guy. But we managed to high roll both of our throwing hammers, and we can just repeatedly cloak and smack them. Oh, and it's even an enchanted blocking dirk, so we can equip it immediately. That's pretty decent. This will make for a very easy blob kill now, because this weapon will hit very, very hard. This will make for a very easy set of floors, in addition to the blob kill. Like, it will do both. Do I want to spend any time looking for secret rooms? Not really. There aren't any that are obvious by the shape of the outer walls. There could be something over here or over here, but I'd rather not spend time searching right now, especially since I made a greedy food decision on the first floor. So I'm gonna try to avoid using the cloak here until we run into crabs, just because we do not want to take a ton of damage to crabs. But the blocking dirk should be pretty strong for us here. I'm just going to keep on killing things with thrown weapons. It's kind of nice that we got so many. The rogue is very happy with thrown weapons generally, because they allow you to bait enemies into doorways pretty easily. So it's a good thing to be doing. I don't think I want to enchant this cloth armor, since I have a leather armor that I'm reasonably likely to be equipping before I leave the floor. Excuse me. I don't want to equip it yet, because if it's cursed and it's not upgraded, then I don't want to... I care about the armor penalties on Rogue a lot more than other classes, because Rogue, since you're using stealth in a lot of cases, it actually matters that you're running at full speed. A lot, even if you're... I mean, I guess if I had like a +3 chain or something like that, I'd probably still wear it, because I'd still be taking 0 damage, but not risking it for an unidentified armor. I'm gonna try to leave most of this grass intact. This would be a really great place to lure enemies to, with all of this grass to provoke sneak attacks. Let's use the door here. We'll see. 16 damage with the dirk. That's pretty sweet. I don't know the exact modifier. I'll make sure to look that up before I record the next video. What the because it feels like some kind of percentage, like it's doing like 50 or 100% extra damage on surprise attacks. But I don't know if, like, I'm guessing at what that number is. I don't know what the number actually is. Either way, it's very strong. It's nice to be able to guaranteed output quite a bit of damage against a lot of these enemies. So, I think I'm gonna... That kind of worked. I should have just cloaked for that guy, but whatever. Get the level up. Thief's Intuition is not one of the better identification skills, I think, across all of the classes, but I don't really care for anything else Rogue gets. Like, since the extra point in Sucker Punch just brings 1 to 2, up to 2 guaranteed, I don't tend to think that's worth it. Especially since I'm already scaled past the point that that damage is relevant, because I've got the Dark already. So I'm probably not going to get the second point in Sucker Punch. I probably will end up getting the second point in Protective Shadows. And then Cached Rations is okay. If you run out of food regularly, or you're playing a low food run, or if you've got a Horn of Plenty or something like that, it's decent, but I generally don't think it's worth it. So I'm probably going to end up with 2 points in Thief's Intuition and 2 points in Protective Shadows. So those are my thoughts on the Rogue talent points. Okay. Leaving that Chilling Trap alone for now, just in case I... Oh, okay, so we got a fly there. That's a chance for us to see if we can identify the healing potion. So we're just going to start throwing weapons at it, and it's not quite the Huntress, but we're dealing some pretty significant range damage right now. We're quite proud of that. We're going to take a step towards the fly, or a step at least, before using the shuriken every time we throw it, because that allows the shuriken to be a free action. And then, sweet, we did get a potion drop. So, let me collect all of my... Unfortunately, we don't have inventory space for it right now, but, what are we going to do here? I will... You know what, I'm going to just go ahead and identify, no, I'm not going to. I don't want to identify something. I don't like spending identification scrolls that way. Okay, that's something to work with. Okay, so before we leave, this is a magenta potion. Let's make sure we write down new item type note. Magenta potion is healing. So I was excited to see the poison room here, because that means that we are able to use these potions that we find on this floor. So I don't remember if I found the purple potion on this floor or not, but I do want to make sure I explore the rest of the floor in its entirety before I start trying my most recent potion to make sure that I've got the guaranteed purity potion on this floor that would be spawned by that trap room spawning. Actually, I don't know if that rat saw me. I'm gonna make sure he's gonna follow me. It is very nice that almost all of these enemies die in one sneak attack. I'm just gonna run away from that fly. We already identified the healing potion, and we don't particularly care to farm for more, so... Alright, so I definitely do have the purity potion in my inventory. I'm gonna leave that alone for now, because my inventory is already a huge concern. So... let's walk over here, and then we're just gonna start drinking the potions. Giant enemies are quite obnoxious for the rogue, but I don't think I have to fight this guy. We're just going to go into stealth. Oh, and I was wrong earlier. I said that the cloak gives you two turns of invisibility. It actually gives you 4 turns of invisibility per charge, so it's twice as good as I said it was. Oh, that was exactly the opposite potion of what I... it's not really opposite potions in the game, but more poison is definitely not what I wanted. We've got a decent weapon, especially because it's blocking. We should be able to fight these fly swarms, and we got another potion there, so we're rewarded for doing that the technically inefficient way. Actually, we can probably kill the giant enemy on the back of that blocking dirk as well. Especially since there are 2 healing potions on the ground there, if I need to. So it only blocked 3 damage, but we still killed him pretty quickly. We got really lucky on every attack hitting. There we go. I guess we technically didn't need to wait for our own poison potion to clear to drink the purity potion, but whatever. It is slightly safer, I guess. Okay. So I normally don't do this, but I think I might actually wait to pick up the crystal key room until I see what my inventory expansion item on the shop in floor 6 is. So, oh, that's a shame. One of the daggers broke. It's excuse me, not the worst. Like you want to ultimately be breaking your thrown weapons, but because that means you're getting the maximum use out of them instead of just selling them for like 6 gold or whatever. But always makes me a bit sad. Especially because the dagger is... I think the dagger is probably the best starter thrown item, since it just does so much damage on a sneak attack. It's real nice. We've got another giant enemy. That's not the greatest. We didn't have a problem with the last one, but we still don't want to fight it while the ooze is on us. We're less worried about sneak attacking the ooze because the special ability of the ooze is a cap on the maximum damage it can take, which... and we still get the guaranteed hit of doing the sneak attack, but we don't get all of the extra damage that Rogue gets because we're doing way more than the... I think it soft caps at 6 or something like that, so it isn't super worth it to stack up a ton of damage against it. This is actually harder than it looked. I probably should have used the cloak a couple more times to sneak attack and take care of that thing faster. I kind of don't want to eat because I kind of want to use the bland fruit in my inventory, and I know there's an alchemy room on this floor. There is an alchemy room, at least one in every 4 floors, or every 5 floors, counting the boss floor, but it'll never be on the boss floor. And I haven't seen one yet, so there can possibly be more than that, but one for sure will be visible. There can spawn like additional hidden alchemy rooms, which break that rule a little bit. I think I should be able to get one more sneak attack just with vision tricks by moving there. Yeah, we do. And we're able to kill that thing for free, which is pretty nice. Thief's Intuition. We've got no rings, but again, I don't really care about the food talent that much. Ooh, we've got a Mimic there, and a bunch of 2 different Amber Potions. That's interesting. We also haven't seen the Ghost yet. I think I'm actually just going to go ahead and eat here, because I really don't want my health falling much lower, especially because I believe the Ghost on this floor means I'm going to be seeing the Null Trickster, which can actually do a pretty... Yeah, there's the Ghost. The Null Trickster can actually do a pretty reasonable amount of damage to you if you're not careful. So, the Rogue isn't the worst at killing the Null Trickster, is pretty decent at it, but it's still better safe than sorry, I think. How are we gonna do this? We don't have space for those potions. Surprise, surprise. I don't want to trigger the Null Trickster yet, since I don't have to. But I found none of the keys I need. Maybe we get a surprise attack there. We did. That's pretty cool. Yeah, we got a lot of thrown weapons too. We should actually have no problem with the Null Trickster, because we should be able to get him with a sneak attack and then finish him off pretty easily with all the thrown weapons that we have. That was pretty bad. We'll stop allowing that fly to spawn as much as it wants. And we didn't get any health potion drops from it either, so it's unfortunate. How many uses left do we have on our throwing dagger? We've got 3 out of 5 left. I kind of want to save at least 1 for the Null Trickster, so that I have the option to use the Cloak of Shadows to power up a better high damage ranged weapon attack with the. That's an upgrade scroll. We're probably gonna take a little bit of. Actually, you know what? I'm just gonna use the cloak to avoid waking up the fish as I loot the. And I don't. I'm not out of charges, and I don't need it for Blob. We're gonna go ahead and do it for both of them. So one of the nice things you can do with the cloak is you don't need to kill an enemy if it doesn't have to see you, which we're not going to make use of all the time, because the rogue is no slouch at taking care of enemies, but it can be very strong to avoid enemies when you're low on health, or if you're not doing well in a run. Unfortunately, I've got a blocking dagger. I've excuse me. I seem to have very playable seeds since I've started trying to record videos, and I'm wondering if like the seed RNG has just been improved since I last played or something, or if I'm getting really lucky, but gotten very good seeds. Okay, we really want to find this. There we go, there's the alchemy room. So let's see. First we want to identify our trinket. So let's turn a seed into some energy. Salt cube. Ooh, we have the cursed wand thing. I I've never actually tried this one before, but I do have a cursed wand right now. So I think I'm going to. Why not? Let's check it out. So we'll do woundrous resin. Let's see how much that costs to upgrade. So that costs 10, and I imagine that's going to follow the like the parchment scrap curve. So it's probably going to cost what's that? It's 10, 15, 20. So that's going to be 35 overall, which means we're going to have to burn 6 consumables if we want to race it up to maximum level, which we can just reduce that a little bit by using all of our runes. So let's see what we get for by doing all of our rune stones we're willing to part with, and all of our seeds we're willing to part with. That brings us up to 14, and we still want we're still going to need to burn 4. So we can afford to burn 4. Let's see. Well, we know this is a levitation potion, but we'll identify it anyway. And yeah, it is a potion of levitation. We don't know what this scroll is. It could be a remove curse, which would be a bummer. We know it's not magic mapping, so we're not as afraid as normal. And we'll be upset if it's a transmute or a remove curse is where I'm at with this one. And it was mirror image, so that's fine. And let's go ahead and upgrade this thing twice and make sure I was right about it costing. Yeah, so we need 20 energy for this. But we can make our cursed frost wand usable, and any other wands we get in the future better. So this might be pretty effective for free runner. That might actually be the run we're targeting if we're using this trinket. So do we have a way to make 20 more energy? I don't think I can quite get to 20. That's a tall ask. I guess I could get rid of the potion of purity. I could sack the potion of invisibility. I really don't want to feed 2 health potions though. This is a very fragile class. Maybe I'll look for some more items and come back if I get another consumable drop. Oh, I have 2 amber potions down there. That fits the bill perfectly. We have a mimic to kill here too, so I'm gonna step here. I don't know if you get surprise attacks on mimics, but or like I know that mimics can be surprise attacked, but I don't know if you get a surprise attack if you attack them while they're in waiting. We're just gonna go ahead and make sure we stealth for every attack we would have had to do. And I think I am actually going to clear the rest of the floor before I spawn the... Oh, we got a ring. That's pretty nice. Did we... Yeah, we have all our talent points too. So we get a free identify... Oh, it's a Ring of Arcana. It's pretty decent. If it's cursed, it's not that bad. All it does is reduce the proc rate of the blocking on our dagger. And if it's uncursed, it increases the proc chance on the blocking of our dagger. So we'll go ahead and equip it. Hope it's get punished immediately. Oh well. There will probably be a remove curse scroll in the shop when we get to the next floor. Go ahead and we're already at the point. You see, like the very first couple of levels, the cloak was charging pretty slow, but even now it's just +2. You're noticing that I'm able to use it. I'm not using it for every single auto attack, but I'm using it every time I'm fighting a difficult enemy. Pretty simply. So, oh, we actually got crab here. I must have the orders backwards. It must be Null Trickster on floor 3. The crab is actually particularly easy for the rogue because you can just stealth to sneak attack it every time, and it's never a hard fight, but oh, that's one of the other thing that's cool about the rogue. So you notice with most classes, if you search, it only searches every square immediately adjacent to you, but for the rogue, you actually start off by searching 1 extra tile of range, and that means that your passive detection also goes further. This is pretty cool because this is a oh, that's a +1 Ring of Arcana, so that's going to be pretty nice when we uncurse it. Actually, let's see. Do we have a? Oh, it's worth keeping in mind here for us that Maybe if the Amber Potion is a... So that there's definitely a Stone of Enchantment hidden behind the library there. So it's worth it for us to like find a bomb or a Wand of Disintegration or a Fire Potion or something that can burn through that barrier, because we would very much like that item. It's a good item. Especially for a class like Rogue, where though I guess if I'm going Free Runner, it's less important. But I don't know. We still like getting loot either way. All right, so let's see what those Amber Potions are. No, that's not what I want to do. I want to turn one of the Amber Potions into energy. That is a Potion of Liquid Flame, so we're going to be able to pick up on that Stone of Enchantment, which is pretty nice. We'll go ahead and turn... normally I'm pretty unhappy to turn invisibility into energy, but I don't know. For whatever reason, I really like upgrading the trinket all the way immediately. I don't like that the trinkets have... Or I don't like dealing with the downsides of the trinkets when they're not fully upgraded, and you get a lot of identifications out of rushing the identification by turning them on to energy anyway. So I'm happy with that playstyle. Let's go ahead and throw our Fire Potion. There's a Frost Trap a couple of levels up, but I don't feel like going back for it. Just in the interest of having enough food to eat, since I'm a little bit low. We're gonna drop all this mystery meat too, and we're gonna do that because we're about to throw fire at the ground. So that should cook all of the meat, and it's not as good as freezing it, but it's still better than eating it raw. And that's so that's kind of a compromise play there. We would have rather frozen it, but you know, beggars can't be choosers. There we go. And of course we get another one right away. Whatever. I guess we're not low on inventory slots because we went all out. Okay, what have we got here? Leather armor is decent. Scimitar I'm not crazy about. It's a fast weapon, so it's bad with sneak attacks because its base damage is lower. So we're just gonna go with the leather armor because... Ooh, and we got a +2 leather armor. That's pretty exciting. Let's go ahead and use our Arcane Stylus on that leather armor, because that's something we'll reasonably... Ooh, that's especially something we'll use for a long time with camouflage. This leather armor may actually be the in-game armor for us, depending on how this run goes. Camouflage is very powerful in general, but I think it's markedly more powerful with the Rogue, and also the Huntress, but, you know, we're playing the Rogue right now, so that's the one that's relevant. And that'll let you, as you saw, I stepped on a piece of grass and it turned me invisible, so we still want to look for a good circle kiting location, just because the goo has enough damage that I won't be able to kill him with just my cloak. Let's see, we're not getting a lot of grass, which is unfortunate, but we are... Unfortunately, we aggro him, but per usual, goo is pretty slow, so it's not that bad to... Though he is on my tail now. We can always Cloak of Shadows if we need to get rid of him. Okay, so I've searched the whole level, and we don't have any perfect tiles to circle kite him around, but either of these tiles will work for a, like the second best option. And it's the second best option, but it allows him to get 1 tick of regeneration on every cycle of the circle kite. But that's not actually that bad for your kill for the most part, especially because it allows you to completely ignore the caustic debuff, as you saw me do there. Okay, let's see if we can find the Rat King. It's kind of nice that that's actually easier on Rogue, because, and you'll notice the locations I'm standing before I search are a little bit different too, because I have the extra search distance. And actually, we have a talent point here, so I'm gonna... I think Wide Search is Wide Search is definitely a flavor pick. It does, like the other talents, do things like they increase your combat very specifically. Silent Steps is really good too. There are a lot of really cool talents and Rogue Tier 1. But just because we're looking for the Rat King right now, we're gonna go ahead and use the one that gives us more search radius. I don't actually know if the Rat King can spawn in the area that's like before the boss, but you see we're able to search huge swaths of the wall with every cast of this. Huh, maybe it can spawn before, I'm not paying very good attention to where I've searched already, unfortunately. But the recording's not doing terrible, so I don't feel the worst about, like, it's not taking forever. It would make sense for it to be down here. This is kind of a, huh. Well, whatever. It's only 200 gold. That's the decision that I have. Oh, it's only 200 gold, and we'll notice it with passive perception once we give up anyway. So why bother? Why bother? Gonna go ahead and get through that char-grilled meat just because we'd like to start on it early, and it's honestly I think it's more efficient than because it's rare that you're going to be below max HP the entire duration that a normal sized piece of food keeps you hungry. You're not actually losing as much as you think by only getting oh, I didn't pay attention, and we got a magical holster. That's real bad in this case, especially since I still have to go back up to floor 3 and use those 3 crystal keys on consumables. So we'll sell the equipment we don't need. Get rid of all that stuff, and then none of the rest of it. We're gonna put our cursed wand back onto the hotbar, and then let's see if we can figure out. So we've got an identify scroll, ISAWs, magic mapping, and Gifu. So ISAWs or Gifu, one of the two of those is probably remove curse. And I don't really want anything else here. I might pick up the darts, but those tend to be pretty cheap. So we're just going to buy both of them. And step outside first. The shopkeeper will be mad if you use a scroll of terror in his face. We'll read the... And we did get the cleanse. That's exciting. So we'll cleanse that Ring of Arcana, which... Ooh, that should be really good for our... So we get 6 turns of invisibility from camouflage now. This is a really tempting assassin run too. This I might have to save this seed and redo it as both classes or something like that. Okay, so let's go back up to floor 3, spend our crystal keys, and then we'll call it for this episode. I think is what we're gonna do. So we'll try for some more health potions here since we have a +2 armor. I don't think the flies are likely to be able to do any damage to me. We might get hit for 1 here and there, but no reason to pass up opportunities for free health potions. There we go. Back to floor 3 for the crystal keys. We'll let us starve down to... When I'm eating the smaller food, I only starve down to like 80% or something like that, since the smaller pieces of food keep you alive for less time. Okay, charcoal, or go ahead and grab the identify scroll because that stacks in our inventory, and then we don't know what count on is, so we'll grab the charcoal potion. Oh, we get lucky. This is a potion of levitation. So because this isn't a potion of experience, we know that this is guaranteed to be a transmute scroll, so we're going to pick up that scroll, and then we're going to identify it. New item type note. Where did there it is. Count and transmute. And in a lot of games, I would actually transmute this ring immediately to try to get something better. But because we got blocking on our dirk, which is a decent enchantment, and we got camouflage on our armor, which is like a best in slot enchantment. I'm actually pretty happy with the Arcana ring for this run, and I don't want to get rid of it. Do we want to do any more alchemy? Did I get more? I didn't get any more seeds, so I can't. I could turn this Stone of Aggression and Stone of Deep Sleep into enough energy to make one of these identify as a divination. So I don't think I want to do that this game. I don't have anything that's giving me extra energy generation, so probably yeah. Get to the entrance of the next floor, eat some food, and then yeah, I think we're gonna call it here. So as always, if you guys have any questions or anything you want to see in a future run, let me know. I'll try to respond to you as soon as I can. And yeah, hope everybody enjoyed the video, and hope you all have a good afternoon, good evening, good morning, whatever time it is for you. And I'll see everybody later. Bye-bye.